love you for the rest of my life.
Just love me for the rest of mine.
Please, you have to believe me. I loved her.
What does it feel like to get away with murder?
Counting on to save your soul.
I should ask the devil to punish whoever killed her.
You know, you don't have to convince me. I believe you.
Why are you protecting me? Because if I did anything to her, then I'm a monster.
In the film, you kind of get to play the bad guy. How was that? Did you enjoy it?
It was good. I mean, I'm not sure if I can fully qualify as a bad guy in this, because you are sort of, you know, he's an anti-hero and he does terrible things,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's kind of fun, because I've never really got to do that kind of thing before. But it was definitely, you know, I think he is a character that hopefully you root for throughout as well, and you're, you know, despite the fact that he is doing things that you should question, you know, hopefully you're always kind of rooting for him.
Did it kind of make you think, I'd like to play the bad guy again in the future, like the full-on bad guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think it's a lot of fun. And I've talked to, ages ago, me and Tom Felton had, like, conversations about, you know, obviously he's played a bad guy for most of Potter, and I was saying how much fun it looked, and he made it look. And, yeah, I've often sort of thought it was a fun thing to do. So hopefully I'll get to do that at some point.
Next role.
Yeah.
And I read that you're a big fan of the book.
Yes, I mean, I'm correcting this all day, I'm afraid, because Alex Adler said it and it's gone into the press notes, but actually, I read the book after I'd met him and read the script,
Right,
and
okay.
I did love it, but
Yeah.
I didn't know about it before that.
Okay, well, that's quite good, because I guess you don't kind of, there's pressure, but it's not like, this is something I really love. And you're kind of
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a lot harder. I mean, I think if someone was to like offer me a adaptation of The Master and Margarita, which is my favourite book, I think that would be a terrifying thing to take on. But no, luckily with this, I loved the script initially, and when I read the book, I was so thrilled at how the adaptation had captured the book. I mean, stuff's changed and moved around, but generally speaking, it's really faithful to it in terms of the tone and the style. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for people to finally see it. Like feel like I've been talking about it for 2 years.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Yeah.
And are there any other adaptations that you kind of went for and really wished you got, or you'd love to be in, or?
Not really. Not adaptations so much that I can think of. I mean, as I just said, like Master and Margarita, were there ever to be an adaptation of that, I think I would, I'd enjoy trying to get involved in that. But no, other than that, I can't really think of any. I mean, Slaughterhouse-5. I've just finished reading that, so that would be something cool to be involved in some way. There's lots of parts for Englishmen sort of scattered around. I could do one of them. Yeah.
That'd be cool. Wicked. And the scenes where it's family telling the truth, like they're quite hard to watch.
Yes.
Are you the kind of person that would sort of rather know exactly what people think of you, or kind of be a little bit in the dark but be like, it's all fine?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is sort of somewhere between those two. I mean, well, for me, definitely I'm somewhere between those two. I definitely don't want to know everything everyone's thinking about me all the time. But, I don't want people to lie to me either, or, be... I am not one of those people that sort of tries to surround themselves with, sycophants. I don't know. That's not a good thing.
No.
So yeah, I think a healthy balance in the middle somewhere is what I'll be trying to aim for.
Yeah, got a bit of abuse now and then.
Yeah, exactly, but not to the point where I'm crying.
Yeah. And at the centre of the story is obviously quite a big love story.
Yeah.
And it's very kind of, like, they meet as kids and they're soulmates. Like, do you think that kind of love exists, or is it more of a kind of idyllic?
No, it does. I mean, it is idyllic, but it does also exist, and I think that's the reason that there's so much. There is something so romantic about that ideal, is because it is sort of an ideal, and it's completely unachievable for most people, but it does happen sometimes. I mean, I remember Chuck Finch, who was a very, very famous gaffer in the lighting department on Potter, but like he's kind of legendary throughout the UK film industry. He was on My First Ever Job, David Copperfield, and he also did 4 Potter films. And I think him and his wife met when they were like 11 and 12, and were like boyfriend and girlfriend from then, and just carried on. So it does happen.
Because I think of people I went out with when I was a kid, I'm like, no way.
God, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. The odds are stacked against it. Like the odds of you and a person at 9 years old still sharing the same interests 50 years later are slim to none, but it does happen.
And obviously the film's coming out just in time for Halloween. Are you the kind of person that really gets into it and dresses up? Or...
Well, I mean, any excuse to do like fancy dress and stuff like that, absolutely. But I don't really. When I was a kid, I don't feel like it was that big over here. Like it's definitely got into a much bigger thing. It's American, and it is a really cool holiday. It's like a weird holiday. That's what's kind of fun about it. But yeah, I definitely I will be dressing up. I don't know as what yet this year. Maybe I could just throw on the horns if I still have some.
Put them back on.
Put them back on. I'm hoping that this becomes like a Halloween favourite by next year.
That's
you just see loads of people with the horns.
Yeah.
That's
I've
the
got a
dream.
Halloween party next weekend, so maybe
break them out.
I'll get some horns.
Yeah.
And I guess if you did wake up with the horns on your head one day, what would you do? You've probably been asked this quite a lot, but
that's the
I was
thing.
asking myself that the whole way through the film.
I think I would like avoid people I know because I don't want to, I don't want to know what their deepest, darkest. I like my friends being my friends. I don't want to know, too much about them. But no, I don't think I would. I don't think there'd be anyone that I'd like want to pin down and get a confession out of though. Yeah. But I think if I did your job, it would be much more helpful. It'd be really useful because you'd get like a scoop every single time you came in the room.
It'd be really depressing. The news would be really awful.
It would.
Like, everyone's a dick.
Yeah, it would. That would be the news.
Exactly. And do you have any vices now? Because obviously that's quite a big theme of the film.
Oh yeah, I've got tons.
I think everyone has them.
Yeah, you've got to. You've got to have vices. Never trust a man with no vices. I've been told that when I was growing up.
Definitely. I've got time for one more. What shall I ask? You've done quite a huge range of roles. You've done sort of horror and rom-coms. What's the kind of next thing that you really want to do on your list of?
I don't know. It's hard to say until you sort of come across it. I definitely, one of the things I want to do at some point is direct, and that's been something that I've been interested in for a while. But in terms of other parts, it's very hard to know until I read it. But when I read it, I will know.
I guess if you direct it, you kind of got an idea in your head.
Yeah, exactly. And I would like to, but I wouldn't like to act in something I'm directing. And it would just be fun to be able to step back and do that. Yeah, some people can do it and admirably, but I don't think I'd be one of them.
I've got to figure out who really killed Marin and get him to confess.
Big. I would never hurt her.
Tell me everything that happened.
Admit you killed her. It'd be such a huge scoop for me.
I got an idea. How about you guys beat the heck out of each other, and the winner gets an exclusive interview with me?
What's that snake doing around your neck?
Made a new friend. Are those horns?
Damn right, they're horns.